like that. That's what we call a hard in. Welcome in to KSL Sports Rewind's coverage of the 5A semifinal. As we've got the top-seeded Olympus Titans ready to take on the 4th-seeded Northridge Knights. Thank you for joining us, everyone. My name is Dane Stewart. Please be joined by Brian Brown. Brian. This is a bit of a David versus Goliath matchup. Northridge, the 4th seed, had a great year. Coach Reed Keller in his first year getting them here to a semi. But Olympus, I call them the best team in the state. One loss, that came against region foe Brighton, have defeated Corner, Park City, amongst others. What does Northridge have to do in this game if they want to pull off an upset in the semi?
Well, I don't want to say pray, Dane, but it's something near to that, right? Perfect execution. You're going to have to depend on Olympus committing mistakes that they're not usually used to committing, and you got to try and stop Olympus early. They score early, they score often. That's how they get on top of teams, and it's like a tidal wave just barreling down on top of you.
It's an Olympus team that graduated so much offensive talent last year, but they got a lot still. Gage Phipp and the senior, 61 goals for him, 25 assists, 48 goals for Charlie Droich, 38 for Ethan Hartsfield. There's others over 20. A lot of depth to the offense, but Northridge, Coach Keller, he's hung his hat on defense, and he's hoping that defense comes through today, which means that Callum Dibble, the starting goalie, he's going to have a big, big game.
He is, and he's a kid who's really grown into his role this year. You see that Northridge defense doing everything they can to protect him right now. Give him a bit of a head start.
Coming in, that shot a little bit high. And backed up here by Olympus. Want to let you know the clock you see unofficial. At times we start it early, stop it late, that sort of thing to keep it trued up with the official game clock here in the stadium. Starting goalie today for Olympus will be Caleb Johnson. He's been great all year. Slippy feet there. And a call here, the push will keep it. Talking about top goal scorers for Olympus, how about for Northridge? 55 for Max Skousen. Big offensive year for him. CJ Ketz with 35. Rusty Baldwin with 34. But not the depth of offense that Olympus has, which means your stars going to have to play like stars today for the Knights.
And when it gets down to these kinds of games, it really is about the stars in a lot of senses. You can see that this Olympus attack, a little sloppy with the ball there early on. Those are the kind of opportunities that Northridge really needs to capitalize on in order to pull off the win today.
Well, and that's the thing, right? So when you rely on defense, if you can limit shots and force the offense to turn it over, that can work. As this kicked out, it'll stay with the Knights. Good crowds on hand. In fact, we got a student section for Northridge. Way to show out, Knight Nation. Love it. That's maybe a bit of a nudge. We got championships at Zions Bank Stadium this week. Bring out your student sections, huh?
Why not? Seems like school is almost over for everybody around the state. Come out on Friday, enjoy some lacrosse, cheer on your friends, your students. Represent.
That shot just wide. Couldn't tell if it was saved away by Caleb or not. Northridge able to track that down. Going to ask for patience with these Northridge numbers. Like the look, but the mesh can make it hard to see some of these numbers. We'll do our best.
Yeah, that's a bit of a throwback look there for Northridge. As that sun starts to set on us.
Looking like 70s, 80s football is what it is. Mm-hmm. Glorious.
Not a surprise from Coach Keller, who's a pretty sharply dressed man himself.
Baldwin playing that. I think you're going to see this a lot from Northridge as Finn Moore able to capture it. There's no need to get into a shootout with the Olympus Titans.
It really fits in with the culture that Coach Keller is trying to build here. Stay disciplined. Be accountable. Stick to your responsibilities. See a little miss on the pass there.
And a nice run through there by Tate. Picked back up here by Moore. Boy, you see the hack there by Luke Bryant. Generating possession for Olympus. Luke on the run. Titan numbers. Extra pass. No. The dodge, the duck, and the goal. First goal of the game for Olympus.
That's how you run a fast break, Dane. Push down the middle, look to find your teammates, and then the nice fake out. Down low for the goal.
That's why we talk about Olympus, so much firepower on that offense. You don't want to go up and down, right? Possession so critical, can't turn the ball over. Northridge does. Olympus makes them pay.
And that is definitely the MO of this Olympus Titan team. They want to score, and they want to score in a hurry.
Team that last year, speaking of Olympus, beat Park City in the regular season, lost to them in the championship. It's felt almost like a year of retribution for the Titans. They've got it here, bringing it up. Ben Burbage. Now settling it down here with Cummings. Beautiful start weather-wise to the game. We're hoping that Mother Nature will give us a break here tonight. 2 semifinals coming up for you. The next one should be a dandy as well. Park City and Brighton. Sign us up for that. Big rip hitting off the post. And you want to talk about the speed. That one hopped into the crowd. It was that vicious.
Yeah, Gage Fippen came flying in off of the sideline. Caught that one in stride and ripped it down the middle. That'll make you pucker.
Yeah, that's a big ricochet right there.
We've seen some big shots today, Dane,
Yeah,
but
we
that
have.
one might be one of the more impressive.
Those posts are getting worn out.
We've seen a lot of iron today, for better or worse.
Oh, nice backside find. Cannot lose your guys as Olympus able to slip Charlie Droich to the net, and he finishes.
Charlie is on the spot there as he picks up the pass from the teammate. Almost volleyballs it in the back of the net. Just a nice little tap. And just like that, Olympus is up 2-0.
Good engagement there from Fippen as that defense paid so much attention to him. Eyes kind of got lost for Northridge.
As you mentioned at the start of the broadcast, Dane, the Olympus Titan team loves to spread the ball around. It'll be a real test for Northridge's defense. An awful lot of contact on that one.
Yeah, ground ball collected by Schlendorf. Boy, nearly had an opportunity for Clayton. They'll take that opportunity as well. 3-0, the goal by Schlendorf.
They make it look so easy, Dane. Schlendorf with the rocket shot right on goal. Able to slip it past the goalie there. 3-0 Titans here early. And just like we talked about, Dane, they love those fast starts. They want to get leads. They want to get them big. They want to get them fast.
Droich had a goal earlier. Credit him with the assist on that one. 3-0 the advantage. Procedure here will give it to Northridge.
For Northridge, really need to generate something out of this possession. Give your defense a little chance to catch their breath, reset mentally.
Oh, got the edge, coming around, shooting and scoring. There's the answer for Northridge, one they desperately needed. Brought to you by Caleb Tate.
And great job by Caleb Tate, seeing the opening, taking the defender one-on-one, and then hitting the back of the net. He fires one right across the face of the goalie there. Great response by the Knights.
Yeah.
Much needed. Give him a little bit of confidence now going forward.
25th goal of the year there for Tate.
Not exactly the high-powered scorer for this Northridge team, but boy, Caleb Tate looked great on that one.
A bit aggressive. Remember, they had a cut of him through the middle. It just couldn't connect on it.
You see how much that goal puts the fire into the Northridge
That one
defense
kind of
here.
slid past Droich there. What, second blown tire we've seen here today. Picked up by Clayton. Andrew coming around, being pushed out.
Nice reset by that Northridge defense there, cutting him off. Able to make Olympus reset.
There's Gilbert.
Stay focused on this one. That's one thing that this Olympus team can do. They can lull you to sleep. But so many athletes, And sub in, you see Luke Bryant coming in the game. He's another one that can really fire it off.
Yeah, all my friends say he's pretty good. 20 goals for Luke.
I think your friends are right, Dane. One of many, many weapons on this Olympus attack.
I hang around people with integrity.
How do you explain me then?
Yeah, well, exactly. That's my point. Working around Cummings. Here's Phippen. Good pressure there. Put on by Meekum. That one rolling through. It'll be Northridge possession.
You see Meekum gets up.
Oh, never mind. No. Last to touch it out. Unfortunate event there for Northridge. Looking backside again. That was deflected. That time they had slipped Clayton there. Possessed here by Gilbert. Worked up top. Bryant. Inside of 5 to go here. Opening quarter. Looking to X. That one sailed.
If you're Northridge, that's a great job of avoiding what could have been a potential disaster.
Yep.
Now just get the clear. Try and get into possession here on the attack side of things. Nice work.
Yeah, nice work there by Zach Smith, the junior.
We haven't talked about it a lot so far, but this program from Northridge, in essence, in the first year of existence. Now, Coach Keller, a lot of experience, great lacrosse background. You can see that he's really built a fantastic culture to start here. I don't know that many people expected Northridge to be this good this early on.
Well, he had to change that culture a little bit. You know, previous culture wasn't great. They brought him in, wanted that culture, and he's been able to establish it. Players have responded, parents have responded. That culture being seen and heard throughout 5A. It was interesting. You said not many people saw it coming. He's probably the only one. I talked to him before the year. Said, who's your pick for Region 5 champ? He goes, not to brag, but us. He's like, we have that ability. And here they are in a semifinal.
Yeah. And you, Dan, actually saw them early on, and I was surprised when you told me, yeah, they've got that juice. So you can see it right here. Settling in nicely. They're not afraid of this Titan team. And again, no. I think the consensus is that they are one of, if not the best, the team in the state. How long can Northridge hang in, though?
That'll be a question, right? And you won't win this game by passing around. You got to take your opportunities. They size this up. Good D there by Bryant. That one lost and then hacked wide. Able to, nope, footing slipped out.
I've seen at times this turf has been a little slick all day today. A reminder that the purple line is the out-of-bounds lines. We're using the purple lines today on the field.
Peterson playing that ahead. That was knocked loose via C.J. Campbell. He is a big physical defender for Northridge. Is this out?
You see, after that early onslaught of goals from Olympus, Northridge really ratcheting up the intensity here in response. Much more confident.
And look, if some of it is just get Olympus out of their rhythm, right? I mean, it kind of felt like boom, boom, boom for the Titans. Kind of slow this game down a little bit. See if in their efforts to speed it up, you can maybe get them to turn it over. Olympus has had to play multiple styles this year. Getting that lone loss, they lost to Brighton. I think 10-9 was a final low-scoring affair for the Titans.
They do most of their work in terms of scoring goals in the first and second quarter, averaging almost 5 goals in the first. And for a team that averages 17 goals a game.
Oh, looking to slip one through, trying to get that with Baldwin. Oh, nice job keeping that. Oh, had it jarred loose. That was Quinney that couldn't hold it. But Northridge recovering it. Baldwin still with it, sending Thought about the shot. We'll switch hands, and that checked away. Good stick work there by Elliot Peterson.
Nice job by that Olympus defense to dislodge the ball, but really what's impressive here is Northridge attacking constantly. No fear. Not afraid to switch hands, not afraid to take shots. Good things happen when you keep after it.
Quinney recognizing space, taking the shot. Bouncer right into the body of Caleb Johnson, saved away. Flipped wide, captured by Northridge and Ethan Christopher.
And again, just time of possession in lacrosse is such a critical thing because you get those defenses worn down a little bit early on. The slides get a little bit slower every time.
That ball was lost. Elliot Peterson there. Here comes Olympus. Have help, far side. Stepping up, shot. No, deflected, did not make its way through as Northridge was able to collapse down defensively. Still a ground ball here. Whistles. And the push here, we'll leave it with the Titans.
Olympus normally so precise on those fast break attempts. Great job by Northridge to disrupt it, able to force the Titans to reset possession here.
Final 40 seconds of the quarter. Olympus 3-1. There, the bell tolls from Westminster Tower, 6 o'clock here. Gilbert with the fire. Oh, they say closest to there was Olympus. No. Did he? I thought he said closest to was Olympus, and then it looked like he was trying to change his signal. So, yeah, I think Northridge, I thought that was right. I thought Dibble was there.
It did look like he had the angle, especially as that ball was headed towards this near corner.
20 seconds left. Meekum bringing it ahead. Shying away there from the pressure of Clayton. Final 5 of the quarter. A burst for Olympus, 3 straight. Northridge gets the final and then holds this out. 3-1. The number 1 seeded Titans with the lead after 1. You're watching KSL Sports Rewind's coverage of the 5A semifinal on KSLSports.com. Welcome back. Start of the second quarter. Olympus leading Northridge 3-1. You know, I tell people we can be bought. It takes cookies and brownies, and the Wistersill family have taken that to heart. I want to thank Mama Wistersill. Wistersill's in the house, Jack in the house tonight, watching the Titans. Of course, Jack, decorated basketball player, now Northern Arizona Lumberjack, but awesome to see them. And Mama Wistersill, thanks for the cookies and milk.
If you put those near me, Dane, you're not going to hear from me for the rest of the broadcast. I can vouch, Mama Wistersill, one of the best around when it comes to the cookie game.
They are legit. We do have a flag here on the play as getting this sorted out. Olympus going to go man down, and Northridge, look, the possession game has been working for him, Brian. It's just about now getting goals back to get even.
It is a progression, right?
Yeah.
You get the goals on the fast break now and start to break down that Olympus wall a little bit, get some more confidence. It's just about solving that Olympus defense, figuring out where you can attack it. And so much of this first
worked in front. Hey, that'll do. How about the run through the middle by Max Skousen as he puts it in the back of the net, and it's 3-2.
Well, nothing like going right down the barrel to score a goal. You knew it wasn't going to be too long before Max Skousen put his imprint on the game. What a great job by him. Added another goal, and it's 3-2 now. Dane.
You got Northridge chants from the student section. A little excited. They should be.
Yeah.
Face off one. Cleanly there by Holtby. Quick movement. Droich. Giving this now with Fippen. Patience here for Olympus. They'll bring up Bryant. Luke, head of steam. A little spin move, looking for that lane, taken away by Dibble.
Great save.
Right in front, and that's saved away by Dibble. And look at the hustle by the goalie. Olympus closest two.
Just showing the effort there by Dibble. 2 saves and then trying to get for the ball out of bounds. Great job, especially with an elite goal scorer like Charlie Droich sitting in front of the net. Nothing but nails.
Dibble, just a junior. Coach Keller said before the year, Callum has that ability. We hope we see it. We got competition behind him. See if he can elevate his game this year. He has. He's been great for Northridge. As that one, I think, kicked away by Dibble. And it's possessed now by Northridge.
That's the effect of Coach Keller on this program, right? Dibble, kid who was at times even questioning if he wanted to play this year. And now here he is, starting at goal in the semifinals and doing a phenomenal job of it as well.
Boy, I tell you what, Zach Smith went airborne. Just lost it. And here come the Titans. Cummings playing back with Fippen.
Tough turnover there for Northridge, but great work getting back on defense and slowing that Olympus attack. Those teams that learn quickly during games and adjust.
Boy, on that slide, you kind of leave guys open. Clayton just couldn't quite handle that pass. Northridge probably fortunate they didn't get burned there.
Yeah, 9 times out of 10, that's a goal for Olympus.
Yeah.
And we talked about it. Northridge has to capitalize on those, right? Every chance that Olympus gives you, got to make something happen.
Again, you see Zach Smith taking all sorts of contact, loses this one, that flipped back in, and Olympus now has it. A lot of carrying through the middle by Northridge that Olympus starting to take away here. Sent out with Gilbert. Boy, this does not feel like the tempo you're accustomed to seeing at Olympus play, and that's because it's not. Northridge has done a great job of inserting their tempo here. Here's Droich. Brighton in the house. Coming around, bounce shot wide there, backed up here by Olympus.
Nice job by Droich, just continuing to work, getting the isolation there. As he works around the corner, gets a pretty good angle on it, just not able to squeeze it between the bars.
Sent back to the middle. Fippen. Here's Gilbert. Oh, good ball movement, but couldn't handle it cleanly. And Northridge now looking to escape the zone. We got a timeout taken here by the Knights. They get another defensive stop. 8 to play here in the first half. Got a good one in our 5A semi. Welcome back, 8 to go here, first half. Dane Stewart, Brian Brown, Northridge on the possession. Chance here to even it up. That one rolled out. Olympus will have it. Wasted opportunity there for Northridge.
There's only so many of those that you can keep giving up if you're in Northridge before this Olympus team starts to capitalize.
Schlendorf has room, works to GLE. Now coming back high. Ground ball captured here by Cummings. Works and scoring. Gage Fippen with his first of the game.
Great job on the cut. Falling forward, and Fippen just forces that one into the back of the net. Titans take the lead 4-2. It's that kind of empowered goal scoring that we're used to seeing from this Olympus group. For Northridge, just so many missed opportunities in the last few minutes. Got to try and capitalize on something here.
I think we might have an equipment issue here, kind of stalling here to start, and official kind of look in one direction, and Yeah, official timeout here, and now we're clearing the field to come have a look. Not quite certain what we're looking at here, but we'll step aside real quickly. You're watching the 5A semi on KSLSports.com. Welcome back. Looked like some adjustment to the netting needed to be made. Got that all squared away. 7.5 to go, first half. Back to face off here. Yeah, procedure there given to Olympus. Here we go. Here's Fippen. Gage getting around, shot high and scoring. Gage Fippen, back-to-back goals for Olympus. The lead pushed to 3.
He is so nifty when he's near the net like that. He'll face you out, think you're going low, thinks he's going mid. By the time you realize he's going high, it's too late.
Yeah.
Great job by Gage Fippen there. Just kind of been waiting for him to make his mark on this game. He and Charlie Droich.
Had some early assists, and all of a sudden it got really dark, Brian.
Not a metaphor, Dane. There's some dark clouds rolling in here.
Yeah.
Courtesy laugh from our cameraman Tino there. Thank you, Tino.
That pass a little behind the target of Mukai, but collected by Olympus anywho. A little space. Work through the middle. Northridge able to recover. There's a bounce shot. Boy, that took a high hop off the look by Droich. Number 2 for Charlie today.
And speaking of nifty goals, it's another one from Charlie Droich there as he goes with the bouncer. Some unique spin on that one, almost like a curveball as it popped up and over the outstretched net of Kalen Dibble.
That did feel like a really, really tall bounce on that look. Another face-off. Battling around. Still on the ground here. I think Olympus had it. Still loose. And collected finally by Cummings.
Cole Cummings has done a great job all game long of just kind of picking up those loose balls.
Oh, opportunity. A long pole hitting the post. That was Sam Smith with the opportunity for Olympus.
Yeah, you don't see often those long poles getting such great opportunities. Again, Mr. Crossbar is such a deterrent. Even though Olympus maintains possession here.
Approaching the midway point here in this second quarter. Wind up and that shot sailing out of play, backed up.
You see that velocity from Gage Fippen.
I was expecting to see that in the fence.
Mm-hmm. Looks like he's upset at that fence and wants to knock it over. You can hear the oohs and ahs from the crowd.
There's the windup, and that was wide off the look of Fippen.
Again, just a lot of velocity on those shots, but Callum Dibble doing a great job of reacting and protecting his ground. You see Olympus resets here. They love this downhill action with Luke Bryant.
He's got room. Luke, the shot was looking near side. That didn't miss by much.
He's a guy that, a real athlete, plays football and lacrosse. Yeah. You can see a lot of talent there, but he's really improved in tightening up those shots and getting velocity on it.
Coming around, bounce shot, and that's scored. Boy, I thought that might be working its way wide, but not so. Droich with goal number 3, the Hattie for Charlie.
And it's a unique hat trick as well. 2 of them off the bounce. It just sees the versatility and the skill that he has. You just never know what to expect. He keeps you guessing all the time.
We are not experiencing an earthquake, just some foot pounding on the bleachers.
And things are not getting dark, metaphorically.
Yeah.
Just excited crowds and dark clouds.
Smith coming in to collect for Olympus. How about this second quarter for the Titans? 3 unanswered.
See, they've done it in a variety of ways with a variety of scorers too, Dane, and that's part of the potency of this Olympus attack.
4 different goal scorers. Better spot there. Look out. It's another goal for Charlie Droich. 4 now.
He's feeling himself as Charlie Droich comes around the defense, somehow finds an open lane, throws that one right in the back of the net. Caleb Dibble beside himself a little bit there in goal. How does he keep finding those open spots? See, he's sitting in the zone right now.
Well, if you think back to that first quarter, it was Northridge possessing, right? They didn't get a lot of shots, and even some that they did were deflected, didn't find their way through. Right now, Olympus is getting the looks they want and clean looks with a lot of lanes. As that pass supported here. Uh-oh. Could see that coming. Out of position defensively, and Andrew Clayton making them pay.
You mentioned it, Dane. It's all about possession, and right now, defense for Northridge is spinning a little bit, not able to catch their breath. You've got to try and find a way to flip the field here. At some point, go on the attack. This Olympus team can get hot in a hurry as it's 9-2 all of a sudden here with 4.5 left in the second.
And it's almost like we've seen last, 2-3 minutes, the onslaught of offense from Olympus.
And that's how they get you. They just keep chasing those goals, and they're so good at it.
Offside there. And so flag here on the play. Olympus will have the opportunity. We'll get the enforcement should Northridge gather possession. Clayton. Approaching 4 to go. Schlendorf working to the middle. Bryant off that screen, thought about the shot. Coming back instead. Schlendorf, the bouncer, and that one was stopped and hopped. One that Dibble would love to have back. It's 9-2.
And your heart just breaks for Caleb Dibble on that one. He's got the initial stop, and there's just enough inertia on the ball to get up and over into the back of the net.
English, just the roll, not to the liking of Dibble and Northridge.
Well, and it's rare at the high school level that you see so many crafty scorers like there are on this Olympus lacrosse team. They do it in a variety of ways. Bounces, English, the rocket shots.
10-2, the advantage. This is a 3-2 game, a 7-0 run. Another face-off win. It all starts there. And for Olympus, that has been the big initiator to get this offense going as that pass sailing out. See if that can help Northridge.
Yeah, big opportunity here for the Knights as they just got to advance this ball.
And lost that out. The Titans flexing their muscle here.
And you can see the most well-coached teams very adept at forcing players out of bounds there on the sideline when they're trying to advance the ball. You can't always just bully your way through it, and if that's the plan, then you've really got to go in with a head of steam. Olympus creates the turnover, gets the ball back. I've seen that a couple times from Northridge. It'll be one of those things that, if this game doesn't go in their favor, they'll look back on it and wish they could have those plays back.
And how about Olympus here showing a little bit of patience, chance to kind of catch their breath? No, just a chance for Clayton to try to set up a look there for Droich. Supported here by Phippen, lost in the air, caught by Olympus. They'll maintain the pressure here. Cummings has been good today. He kept that. Madison Cutler working back here to Clayton.
A nice job there by that Northridge defense to cut off the angles and cut off the pursuit, so to speak.
Clayton still with it here.
Great job of beating the attacker to the spot here for Northridge right now.
Phippen, nice little hesitation there. Worked back. Coming around. Scoring it is Clayton.
And they've done such a good job up until that point of sliding. There's just so many weapons out here for Olympus. You see Andrew Clayton with a goal of his own. Part of the reason why this team's able to average 17 scores a game. There's just so many guys who can do it and get it done.
I call them the best team in the state because when they played corner, the second half looked just like the last 5 minutes. Now, I saw corner this morning. Corner looks very different than they did from that game, but have not seen many in-state teams run around Corner Canyon the way that Olympus did in that regular season matchup. And Northridge right now living that dreadful experience.
It's just like continual waves crashing over the head, metaphorically here, as Olympus just goal after goal, right? And they're not the biggest team, Dane. They're not the most physical.
They might be the most athletic.
Mm-hmm. Well, and the way that they work around the net and use their athleticism to their advantage, the way they find space, you can combine that athleticism with knowledge and good coaching, and it is absolute difficulty to stop.
Bryant still on it here inside of 90 seconds to go. Nice spin there. Phippen backing it down. That just wide. Closest to was Northridge.
You know, even though Phippen didn't connect on the goal there, you can see how hard it is to defend this team. It's a great job by the Northridge defender there. Number 21, Gage Meekum. Phippen still manages to get the ball around and almost score a goal.
Northridge making that advance difficult. Olympus making that advance of Northridge difficult. They'll finally break through. This ball heading toward the line, and the push there.
Northridge with a great chance now. Establish some possession, get a rhythm. Less than a minute here. At least want to get a shot on goal. If not, get a goal.
Tut, it looks like rain. Boy, a clean take there by Peterson.
Fans are going for the ponchos and the umbrellas as those clouds have creeped in over here.
Here's Phippen. The windup wide.
That's the second time he's been just a little bit wide there on that shot.
We've got a
sidearm.
Timeout taken here by Olympus. The Titans wanted to talk over this last possession of the half. You're watching the 5A semifinal live on KSLSports.com.
For over 25 years, Salt Lake Running Company has helped people of all ages and levels find the gear they need to start their fitness journey. From a free custom shoe fit analysis to a premium assortment of footwear and workout essentials, SLRC is a top 10 run shop in America. Locally owned, locally operated at 5 locations along the Wasatch Front. SLRC is there to help you gear up and get out. Visit a store near you or shop online at slrc.com.
Okay. Yun ang malawagan si Akit sa kapatid ko na biyalawa ang minadala.
Welcome back. Final 18 seconds. Been an 8-0 quarter. Excuse me, an 8-1 quarter. But it was 3-2. So an 8-0 run from Olympus, creating the separation. Doing what they've done all year. And it's been a while since Northridge has even been able to have possession in the offensive end. Final look of this first half. Fippen. Oh, just lost it deep. Able to get it back. Tried to wrap that around. Fippen finding it. Gage hit off a double poster. And that'll do it. I think that went lateral, Brian.
What an insane finish to what's been a really exciting game so far. And you can see a little bit of frustration there as Olympus walks off. They felt like they had another one in the bag.
Probably coulda, shoulda. 11-2, Olympus leading Northridge. You're watching the 5A semifinal on KSLSports.com. And we're back. Yes, sir. Weather delay. Mother Nature ain't going to keep us down. Storm is past. Knock on wood. We won't have any more as we get ready to start this second half. Dane Stewart, Brian Brown with you. What a surge from Olympus. An 8-0 run to close out the first half. 11-2, the lead for the Titans as we look to start the second half. Brian, textbook display of lacrosse for Olympus those last 6 minutes.
Yeah, I almost think that the lightning storm was jealous of all the electricity that Olympus was generating with all those goals. And like you said, just textbook Olympus. This Titan squad has been incredible when it comes to scoring goals, and they just continued that in the second quarter. Northridge had opportunities, and they just couldn't capitalize on them. And against a team like Olympus, you really have to be locked in to do that. That being said, it's 11-2. Fresh half, right? It's almost like a fresh game that you're playing for just 24 minutes now because they've been sitting out for a little over a half hour.
Yep, yeah. Yeah, the delay in and of itself is running about 50 minutes at this point.
We've had an exciting day today, right? Started out with some technical difficulties.
Yeah.
Had a little situation in the stands.
I had a double overtime, energy exhauster, and then a little rain delay. So,
what's next?
You don't want to know. I saw the script. UHSA puts out a script for every game. I don't know what it is.
I can't afford it, right?
Yeah.
Oh, you saw the script.
Yeah, I saw the script.
Well, everybody's copying the NFL these days.
Just to borrow some pop culture there. Yeah. For all of you conspiracy theorists, that's not true. The UHSA does not have a script.
Is that why John Oglesby's wearing the big white
That's
brim
exactly
hat?
why. Part of the script. Part of the script. Yeah, got to come out with the
well, I'm going to ask you,
hat.
Dane, what's on the script for the second half here if you're the Northridge Knights?
I think we get a running clock. Look, I think Northridge played a perfect quarter and a half, but the moment Olympus starts to get that rhythm going, it's trouble. And they kind of pulled them out of it once. I think Olympus has found some confidence now. When you come out of the weather delay, how quickly can you get back in that for Olympus? I think will be the question. But
in fairness to Northridge, there's not been a team yet this year that has stopped Olympus when they've hit that surge. Right?
It's probably true.
Corner Canyon.
I didn't see the Brighton game, so I don't know how that played out, but they only scored 9 goals, so I don't expect,
Never really hit that surge point. For a team that averages 17 goals a game, 9 is well below average, and credit to the Brighton and what they've done, but at this point for Northridge, I think there is some, not moral victories, but you made it this far. You did a pretty good job in the first half, keeping it close. The second half, come out, compete, try and get a couple more goals, see what happens, right?
Here's the deal. It's a first-year Coach Keller in his first year at Northridge. And you're not going to win every game. So this is still instilling culture, right? We go out, we compete, we play hard. We don't play dirty, right? We play as a team, as a unit. We'll see the undershirts say family for Northridge. It's building on that culture, having your brothers back, and I think it's relying on those tenets, right, and continuing to play hard and physical as we see here. Olympus pushing ahead here with Holtby. Talk about goal scorers today. 4 goals for Charlie Droich has led the way for Olympus. 2 goals for Clayton, Schlendorf, and Fippen. Cole Cummings with the remainder.
And if they haven't been scoring goals, a lot of the time there's been assists, especially with Phippen. He's been phenomenal at distributing the ball, not just scoring. A lot of electric shots on goal as well.
Running start for Gilbert.
Sorry to talk over you there.
No,
I think
you're
that's
good.
the challenge with this Olympus team, right? It's not one guy that you can stop.
One guy you can stop is Gage Phippen.
Whatever Gage Phippen had for breakfast, I'm eating that for the rest of my life. He's got energy to spare. And look, it's really tough to come out and be aggressive after a 30-minute delay, sitting around a little bit longer than what you're used to. And he comes out and just connects immediately. And this Northridge team, they want to fight, they want to compete. There's just so much good talent out there for Olympus.
Why you got to dog my mini wheats?
How do we know that Gage Phippen didn't have mini wheats for breakfast,
All right,
too?
that's a fair point. That's a fair point. I'm feeling great.
It looks like he's got 9 essential nutrients going through his body right now with the kind of power he's generating with those shots. Not to get too out of control here, as it looks like Olympus.
Error there on the pointed the wrong way. Northridge here will have the possession.
This is kind of an area that Northridge has struggled a little bit today, right? Not doing as well in the half-field sets. An opportunity to work it here.
Northridge getting into their offense. One kind of drifted pass. Good chase there for Caleb Johnson, winning that for Olympus. Both Park City and Brighton in the house. Of course, that game was supposed to start 20 minutes ago. You can't tell, we'll be a little delayed on that. Hey, it could be worse. Could be here till 12:30. We don't want that.
Just a bit outside the scheduled start time of 7.
Here comes Gray Peterson. Shot, that one denied. How about a little hockey here, just pushing that ball ahead. Got a man ahead, and it's picked off. Elliot Peterson says, nay, nay, my friends.
We talk so much about the attack for Olympus, but that defense has been terrific as well. You see just getting sticks in lanes, stopping that fast break attempt for Northridge. It's a shame. It was a great save by Dibble right before that.
Northridge, that was right in front of the bench. They thought it was out. We will get the call here. Indeed, that will be the case.
Nice work on getting the call there by Coach Keller. Again, those purple lines a little deceptive at times, as those are the markers for our game.
Thrown over here to Campbell. CJ turning back. CJ Campbell with some space.
Nice job by Campbell to safely advance the ball, allow Northridge to work in the possession here. And the clock ticks away, and again, you want to compete, you want to stay in this one. You also want to try and execute right now.
Settle down here, Quinney.
Let's see. Technique there by Olympus to cut off.
A little cut there. It was shy. Rossi able to fight, or Johnson able to fight that off. Rossi's the goalkeeper for the girls team. We'll see her tomorrow. Come around, little space there. The rip. A goal scored by Northridge. We talk about it won't be give up. There is not. Nice goal scored there for the Knights.
It looks like that was
Sykets, I believe. Yep.
Yeah. Great job, Sykets, stepping in front of the net, finding the open lane. Sometimes it can be a little tricky when you're there right in front of the goal. He's from a bit of a distance, fires that one right in there. Nice set for Northridge. It's only a 9-goal lead, Dane.
Here they come. Here we go, Jim.
We joke around a little bit, but earlier Judge did a good job of just slowly chipping away at that lead. Kind of press Skyview. Although this Olympus team, they're in their bag, as the kids say.
Cutler. Giving this with Droich.
Some of their favorite things to do here is they sub in, get rolling downhill quickly. A little bit of a unique way to attack downhill with some momentum.
Phippen.
You see sub there with Luke Bryant as he gets downhill quickly.
Little slide there. Luke coming back, that bounce shot just wide. Backed up here.
You think Luke Bryant goes with mini wheats for his breakfast? Or is he just eating raw nails?
Yeah, it's probably more raw nails. Bryant thrown back to X. There's Phippen. Off that screen. Good seal there by Meekum. Phippen holding that away. A little pump fake. Working right to GLE. Had to come back. There's all sorts of traffic there for Clayton. Bryant. Wind up, backed up.
Tried to catch the goalie off guard with a little sweeper. Not able to find a home. Kind of like my drives off the tee, Dean. Stay away from the worm burners.
That one was a little more straight than your drives. Backside on a finish. Nice assist there for Clayton.
Great job, Clayton firing Charlie Droich. This Olympus team's so good at the point of attack there. Able to corral those passes, get on target, and drop it in the back of the net.
Olympus goal, number 13, Charlie Droich.
He pushed back to 3. $10 difference here. At least I thought it was. They haven't added to the board yet. I'll get it. I think. Here comes Olympus.
Olympus is going to try and get another goal before they can get it up on the board.
That one saved away. Nice job there by Dibble. Little lane, step in. Flag in after the goal. What a finish, Charlie Droich again.
Not even penalties can stop Charlie Droich. As you see the English, that shot. Zipping one past Callum Dibble. Callum Dibble. Boy. That's just what Charlie Droich does to my brain, Payne.
Yeah.
Cross wires all over the place. Just some of the angles that these guys can generate any kind of power from, just so impressive.
Yep.
Especially at this age.
When you got to appreciate the way that Olympus can set up their own shot as well. This looks to be a foul here on Meekum. A long pull will serve time. And Olympus will start with it. Hartsfield. Well, we haven't talked much about Ethan tonight. Oh. Painting the corner again. Little touch off the iron.
I mean, it's an impressive shot as is, Dane. Well, you give him that much space, he's going to find a window.
Yeah.
I don't think even I could have stood in front of that one and stopped it, though. A lot of heat on that. Bunch of crafty shot makers for this Olympus team. I think that's part of why you and I both feel so strongly that they're deserving of that top tier.
Swipe there. Yeah, I call. We'll give it to Northridge. Look how quickly Olympus bursting to the start, and now a flag in, and player was out there, so we'll get the enforcement here. We do have a running clock scenario. Our apologies, they were a little late to start that on us, but we are indeed moving here.
Let's see, Northridge back to full strength. See if they can get something else going here.
Here's Peterson, worked up top. Man up for Northridge. Boy, look at the pursuit there by Smith. Big windup taken away by Caleb Johnson. Gray Peterson now trying to work it up. Have a timeout taken here by Olympus. Timeout Titans. 5 to go here in the third quarter in the 5A semi. Ready to start. Now that Olympus timeout, they'll have it far side. This game was 3-2, Titans midway through the second. Room, Peterson, he'll wind the long pole, scoring.
Olympus goal, number 17, Gray Peterson.
Been waiting all day for a long pole goal. Somehow makes sense that it's Olympus with that. Gray Peterson does a great job on the defensive end. Nice reward for the big fella. Handshakes and high fives all around for number 17 there.
Face-off push to the outside, over pursued. Olympus gonna come up with it. Tracked down by Adric Burley. I wonder if he's related to Howard. No? Did I stump Brian Brown? Jerem Gilbert with the goal for Olympus.
Stumped by both a goal from Gilbert and from the reference, Dane. Gilbert, one of those role player types at the midi position, kind of blue-collar player, gets the goal, does a little mini gritty afterwards. Jeremy, you're going to have to get after that gritty celebration in the offseason, bud.
You know, it's better than I would do, let's be honest.
Just feel like Jerem's got better potential than that one.
This captured off the face-off again. Savas looking up. Howard Burley, the ever-so-popular athletic director, can't even get a reference in between Olympus goals. Andrew Clayton with his third. Took the contact after. Bounces right up. All right, this might be the only window. Howard Burley, the popular athletic director at the Minnesota State University, hired the infamous Coach Fox, followed him to the Orlando Breakers. Howard Burley. No?
No, I know the reference. Go Screaming Eagles. The illustrious Hayden Fox.
Coach, such a good show. Face-off, Olympus again. Boy, they've been dominative at face-off, and it's really led to what we've seen from them as a turnover here by the Titans. Talked with Coach Merrill, ran into him during the weather delay, said, Coach, you know, what do you do? He's like, keep the team together and come out and warm up. Like, man,
keep shooting
so
syrup,
simple, right? Yeah. I kind of like it because it's one of those where it's if your prep isn't done before the game, there's not much you can do in it, right? Yeah, you can make little tweaks and adjustments, but you're not going to tell your team anything at this point. You haven't told them yet. This one worked behind here by Tate. Has one of the goals today for Northridge as we're inside of 90 seconds here in the third.
You know, and the other thing, too, is this is what has gotten Olympus to this point is disciplined defense, strong on the attack,
that shot
aggressive.
Yeah, knocked down there by Tyler Johnson.
Nice.
Hack there from Peterson. Able to win it back. There's Meekum. Touches in.
Meekum is really developing into a nice defensive player.
Just a junior, one more year for Gage.
You almost wish there was a rule for some of these seniors at Northridge that they could come back for 1 year. One more year, I should say. Such a great job.
Wide, backed up here. Final 20 here of the third. Peterson sizing it up. Schlendorf staying home. Bound shot. Collected there by Johnson. Final 5 seconds. Olympus won't get an opportunity, but boy, another big quarter from the Titans as they push this lead. 18-3, the fourth and final quarter. This 5A semi coming up next. Start of the fourth quarter. All Titans. Northridge had it interesting for 18 minutes. Olympus looking to head back to a state championship game, second straight year. Dream season fell short last year. Could have potential. Well, it'll be a rematch either way. These are the other semi-2 region opponents. Park City won the championship last year, and Brighton having defeated Olympus earlier in the year. Opportunity for the Titans to enact a little bit of revenge, just kind of different flavors of it.
Nice job by Howard's grandson there to win the face-off.
Yeah, Howard appreciates that. By the way, one of the best theme songs / fight songs out there. There you go. Here's Holtby coming near side. Cutler.
I'll say the people at home, me trying to whistle the song.
Da 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 da.
That's why I leave that stuff up to you, Dane.
I love it.
Such a lovely humming voice.
Love it. Holtby.
Swinging door action from Olympus there.
There's Hansen working back. Wind up save there by Dibble. Yeah. Northridge here on the outlet looking for the clear. Pass just a touch long. Down, trying to be swept out. And collected. Oh, just stepped out. Turned over here. We are getting to the point where we don't necessarily have names for all these players, so we'll do our best. As Olympus bringing on extra players here. Gavin Thompson coming on here. Mama Lori happy, and Papa Chad probably heard that. Welcome in, Chad, watching us from out of state.
And shout out to the entire Thompson family. Ending up on the winning side of things today.
Yeah.
More than likely. I never want to be the one to give the official curse, Dane, even with less than 10 minutes left here.
Understood. Sai. Northridge starting. Near that back line. The check there. Mistake by Peterson, knocking it loose, and Olympus has it. You got Thompson on the run out. That was just a step in front of him. Northridge back with it. Northridge, can they keep this in? Trying to, cannot. Peterson to start. Gavin Thompson, room in front. Gavin handing off. This is Hansen with it. As Olympus making a substitution. How about a change in net for Olympus as they have possession? And Caleb Johnson getting a well-deserved applause as he comes off here. Noah Graff, the new goalie for the Titans.
See Gray Peterson jog off the field as well. What a great job he's done on the defensive end. Also got that goal. Olympus threatening again.
A step in front of Droich, able to sweep that back in, and Charlie recovering it. Charlie fending off the pressure there by Weldon. Inside of 8. Wind up. Ooh, that came right off the noggin. That's why they wear helmets.
Hear that one all the way up here, and it looks like Northridge on the attack.
Picked up by Ketz. Turning back. Low shot and a goal. Cy Ketz able to score for Northridge.
Just a nifty move, just battling with the defenseman the whole way in there. Cy Ketz, little spin. Worm burner for the back of the net. Victory. Maybe you can teach me how to drive the golf ball, too.
That was a heater there from Cy. Second goal today for the senior. A lot of youth. A lot of youth on this Northridge team. Cy, one of the seniors. The season's appearing to be coming to a close.
It's never the way you want to go out if you're Northridge, but this is a team that can hold their heads high, competed throughout, saw some flashes of brilliance, Dane. A lot to build on, a lot coming back next year.
Right.
I'm excited for a young man like Cy Ketz, who goes out scoring 2 of his team's 3 goals. Good for him.
Yeah, goals 36 and 37 on the season for Ketz, as that one couldn't be kept in. Northridge will have it. Dibble, one of those returners. He showed some flash early on in this one. Look, the Avalanche, there are a few goalies that are going to be able to prevent what Northridge put on here. It's why they are the number 1 seed, 1 loss on the season. But Dibble has another year and can have a special career when it's all said and done. And you talk about Coach Keller, the culture he's building, the numbers in the program, all that. It's a well-positioned program, and with realignment, going to continue to be well positioned to be able to build this program in coming years.
And there's nothing but growth ahead for the sport, and Northridge will be ahead of that curve. It'll be a program that kids will want to play for. That's a big deal.
Right, yep. And look, winning is fun. Mm-hmm. And they started winning this year and winning a lot. There's a reason why they're the 4 seed.
And it wasn't an easy journey to get to that point either. You
know,
we talked to Coach midway through the year. He said he had to make some hard decisions.
Had to have some hard conversations, right? Mm-hmm. This is what we are.
We're going to hold each other accountable, and we're going to do the right thing, and it has paid dividends.
Yeah.
I don't think this team gets to the point that they have gotten to without that.
Talk about a year in a playoff. Had to first-round bye. Dealt with Box Elder, a region foe, beat them 11-10, and then a nice victory over Wasatch, the 5 seed, had a really good year, the Wasps did. That's a quality win for Northridge to find themselves here in the semi.
Yeah, and, we're talking about them like they struggled through this game. And, again, there were great moments early on. Hung in there for a quarter or two. Just this is the times where you learn how much it takes to be truly great in this sport.
Well, and you see what greatness looks like, right?
I'm seeing it even now as we're seeing some of the younger players in for Olympus, and still it's that internal competitiveness that's just developed across the culture in the program, where if you're not bringing your best every single day, you're not going to see the field, and your program's not going to grow and advance. I think a few heartbreak years for Olympus has really pushed them to the next level.
Yep, it has.
I think you followed this team more last year than I did. What's the biggest difference that you see for Olympus as they move forward here?
I think they're not dependent. I think last year they got a little dependent on some of their top scorers. This year they're not. I mean, be it Droich, Fippen. I mean, Cummings got it started today, but you can look at some of the other goal scorers. Clayton's had a good game. Peterson with a goal. Schlendorf has been good. Like, I think there's more balance to this offense this year, and it's more challenging thus to then stop.
Yeah, I don't know if Ethan Hartsfield even got a goal today, but he's another guy who can threaten, right?
Yeah,
and then we saw that today with Green Canyon, where it was Sampson who stepped up out of nowhere, had himself a nearly historic day.
Yeah.
When it comes to this Olympus team, there's a lot of guys who can do that.
Yeah, Hartsfield had 38 goals coming into this one. Hard check there, penalty flag coming in.
Someone who's trying to ignore the cookie that's directly in front of him, I can tell you. Sometimes it's hard.
Yeah. The call here, Olympus to go man up. How about Olympus, boys and girls, set to play for championships, and Park City can make that 2 for 2, just as it was last year. We'll see whether they can or not. The boys coming up next, Park City Brighton, our final semi of the night. I'm going to estimate that game probably about 20, 25 minutes away. I'm going to say 20.
8:15, 8:20 start?
I'm going to say an 8:10 start.
Let's say 8:12, just to one up you.
You got 2 minutes left here. Probably going to have a 15-minute warm-up. Oh, look at that, another one. And we're going to get a flag here for the celebration. It's a great goal by Bryant, but I don't know if you saw it. A player who got the assist, I believe, kind of threw the stick out of exuberance. Official didn't find exuberance.
No comment, Dane. It's hard. There's a part of me that wants to be there for all the celebrations, right? You work hard for this. Have fun, enjoy it. At the same time, it's 18-4 right now. Northridge knows that they're beat. I don't need to rub it in. And this Olympus team is classy, too. I want to point that out. They've been competitive. Two teams that have played extremely clean. A few penalties here and there. Nothing intentional or dirty.
Now, here's the thing. I'm still learning lacrosse. He flipped his stick after an assist.
Like a bat flip.
Is that like a bat flip, right? I mean, I think. I don't know. But,
those unwritten rules where things get really hard to read, right?
Well, and in baseball, it's unwritten rules. In lacrosse, it's not, right? And that's probably the difference.
Yeah.
No looker there, just off. And followed up, backed up here. And we got a penalty back at midfield here.
I hope I don't need to remind the officials they don't get paid by the hour here.
This is an offside call. The clock's still running. We're down to 30. Northridge, maybe one last look here. Worked here to Christopher, up top. Back to Ethan. Extra pass. Oh, shut down. Good work there by Graff. Trickling away. 10 seconds to go. Northridge sending high. Baldwin working over Christopher. The shot and the save. How about the senior Noah Graff with a couple of saves here late? The Olympus Titans 19-4, actually 18-4, my apologies, 18-4. They move on to the championship. Brian, your final thoughts and a player of the game.
Just a phenomenal effort by Olympus. We talked about it. They score early, they score often, and they drown you in a torrent of goals. That's exactly what they did tonight. Vintage Olympus Titan lacrosse for Northridge Knights. Hats off, gentlemen. Great job this year. Hang your heads high. Be proud of who you are, where you came from. That being said, the Titans can be proud of Charlie Droich as he gets the player of the game. And I'm excited to see this Titan team go up against whoever wins this next game, Dane.
Great game by Droich. 6 goals. Olympus found themselves in the second quarter. Looked like the Olympus that we expected. The top seed advancing to the state championship. For Tino Psyche, Brian Brown, my name is Dane Stewart. One more semi coming up 15 minutes right here on KSLSports.com.